Hi guys, this is Jessica Warziniak here, and I am here to show you my week 9 submission for Nails Magazine's Next Hub Nail Artist, hosted by CND. This week is called Game Changer. We were asked to make game-changing nail art using shellac only on 5 nail tips. We were to show a change that we hope to see in the world, in our community, in ourselves, or in the nail industry. I chose to show how one random act of kindness can plant the seed that can grow throughout your community and make a big impact. I can't wait for you guys to see, and now let's dive right on in.
So the first thing you're gonna do is with liquid and powder, make 5 nail tips. I ended up doing 3 future forms attached to each other to make them super duper long. And since we were allowed to do any shape that we wanted, I decided to make a fun leaf shape on the cuticle and the free edge area. Next up, begin painting the sand desert area. So using shellac mixed with a little bit of matte top coat, go over top of your patches to give it some texture and dimension to look like dry caked up land. We're also going to be making arms out of matte top coat, layer it on top of a sewing needle, curing in between. Once you have the general arm and hand shape that you want, add the finger details with the help of a silicone pad. I wanted these hands to look like they were actually planting a seed into the ground, so I used my own hands as a reference in the shape that I would make putting seeds into the ground. Now it's time to give the tiniest manicure that you ever will in your career. So once you're done with that portion, you're going to use a mixture of an e-file and a hand file to refine the shape of each hand. I hadn't even finished reading the challenge guidelines, and I already knew exactly what I wanted to do for my submission this week. For quite some time now, I have been working with a charity called Community Love, which is local to me. And without further ado, I'd like you to meet Brienne Zolfo, the head and founder of Community Love.
So Community Love started 8 years ago with the belief that we have the power to change the world one random act of kindness at a time. So we always say that it starts with one person, and one person can make an impact in the community. It doesn't have to be some grandiose gesture. It could just be something small that causes a ripple effect in the community. So Jessica, throughout the 8 years, has done a lot for the community. A recent example is when the pandemic started and the nurses and doctors were working as much as humanly possible. Jessica started a fundraiser so that all of the hospitals in Northwest Indiana could get coffee on the morning and the evening shift. So twice a day we were delivering coffee. Yeah,
I mean,
everyone.
How many cups? It was like 150 cups of coffee twice a day.
Yeah,
like
it was
for
a lot.
4 weeks or something. It was nuts. It was so cool. When we did the fundraiser for the coffee, we got so much attention. The nurses or the hospital staff really liked it, so I ended up being asked to go on the radio about it.
Yeah.
And my interview ended up getting like a huge donation from the hospital system to the food pantry. So me wanting to do like a small thing, just giving somebody coffee, ended up like feeding how many families, because I was like, I feel bad for these people, they probably need caffeine. So if that is not like a small act of kindness,
it was awesome.
Causing a huge impact, I don't know what it would be.
But it was cool for it to come full circle because Jessica gave coffee to all the hospitals, and the nurses and doctors wanted to help and give back for the food pantry. So it came like completely full circle because of Jessica's act of kindness.
And that is why I chose Cultivate Kindness for this week's submission. All right, let's move right along. On a silicone pad, mix together a little bit of cream puff and matte top coat. Once it's cured, you can adhere it with more matte top coat to the bottom of the heart. Begin painting out the leaf patterns with palm deco on the nail tips themselves and on a silicone pad. We're going to use this later for 3D elements. For highlight colors, mix together sugarcane, limeade, and a little bit of clear shellac top coat. Use the shade Aura for added dimension and lowlights. For the roses, choose 3 different colors, a light, medium, and dark. I'm using Carnation Bliss, Flowerbed Folly, and soft peony. Don't forget to add some light highlights on the edges of the petals where the sunshine would be touching them. To make the 3D flowers, make a bunch of flower petals in your medium tone you chose earlier. Once those are cured, you can wrap them around each other and secure with top coat. And finally, add some dimension to your flower with the darker and the lighter tones that you chose, along with some cream puff. And here we have the finished set. We've got the hands that are planting the seed of kindness, and they're over that like desolate, cracked up, sandy dirt, and it's giving way into some beautiful greenery and some florals. And to celebrate this game-changing set, I want to challenge you today to do one random act of kindness. You have no idea what your act of kindness can trigger. It could start a giant avalanche of kindness and great things could happen.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Thank you to Nails Magazine and thank you to CND for this opportunity. And I hope to see you guys back next week for the finale. Bye.